Lord, we love you, we worship you. We thank you for your goodness, for your mercy, the power of your Spirit. I pray, God, that you open up our hearts and our minds, and we receive your word of truth. I ask that it sink deep within our soul and forever change us, make us more like you. In Jesus' precious name. Amen. Amen. Quick review. How many books in the Old Testament? 39. And how many in the New Testament? 27. Very good. How many days did it take the Lord to create the earth? 6. You rested on 7. Why did God create man? For fellowship or for friendship. And what did sin do to man's relationship with God? Sin separated man from God. Sin still separates man from God. Sin caused a death. And we said a death is not an ending, but it is only a separation. Very good. Death is a separation. Now, what was Eve's or mankind's first mistake that led them into sin? Going to the place of temptation. Very good. Which is still mankind's first mistake. They were leading them into sin. Let's get to the next page. They were thrown when sin came into their life. They were thrown into a new time period. The theological word for that time period. A dispensation is a period of time in which God deals with man concerning
sin and salvation.
Salvation and sin. Very good. By the consistency of God from this point forward, there's 3 things that God requires of man from this point forward in order to be saved, no matter what dispensation. What are they? Faith, obedience, and bloodshed. Very good. Let's see here. Go back. Why did God accept Abel's sacrifice? Without change. One had bloodshed, the other did not. How long did it take Noah to build a boat? About 100 years. How long did it rain? 40 days, 40 nights. And how long before the water subsided? About a year. Very good. Yeah, 100 years on the boat. About 1 year. Very good. Next page, please. 2 pages. God gave Noah a promise. He said, what? Flood the earth again. We find the consistency of God from this point forward. When God gives a promise, He always seals His promise with what? A sign. When He gives a promise, He always seals His promise with a sign. And the sign here was a rainbow. Very good. Next page. 2 more pages. Right there. A lot of cases tend toward sin. Whenever you start looking towards sin, it's only a matter of time and you will be. When you get in sin, it's going to wrap you up and it doesn't want to let you go. God made a promise or a covenant with Abraham. What was that promise or that covenant? Do you remember? Very good. God said, I'm going to bless those that bless you. I'm going to curse those that curse you. All families in the earth are going to be blessed through you. He sealed this promise or this covenant with a sign. What was the sign? Circumcision was the sign. And today, we still, this promise or this covenant that God made with Abraham is available to the Gentiles, which would be us. Through the blood of Jesus Christ. It's an everlasting covenant, remember? So what is the sign that seals the covenant today? That's the circumcision of Christ, which is buried with Him in baptism. Very good. Very good. Let's go to the next page. God said, Jacob have I loved and Esau have I hated. Why? What's the difference? Very good. Very good. Joseph learned a very valuable lesson during his life. What was that? He learned to forgive. And we must learn to forgive. We're going to be forgiven. Very good. Next page. All right, new territory. Exodus chapter number 1. We are now officially out of Genesis. Exodus chapter number 1 and verse number 8. Let's pick up there. Is there anybody that would like to pick up your reading? Yeah, keep going.
He said to his people, behold, the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us go wise and let us multiply, and it comes to pass that when the children out any war, they join also to our enemies, and fight against us against the nation of our Lord. Therefore he did set over some of them as makers to with them their burdens, and they told their treasure cities with them and rest.
Very good.
But the more they afflicted them, the more they were fighting good, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve them rigor. And they gave their lives bitter good for bondage and murder and in work and in all manner of service wherein they made them to serve with rigor.
All right. All right, now, what do we have here? We have a new Pharaoh that rose up, and he did not know Joseph, and therefore they were very, I guess you could say, intimidated by the Israelites. And they made them slaves. And what we're going to be dealing with, starting with this lesson and the next lesson, we're going to be dealing with types and shadows, many types and shadows. And you'll find that the Old Testament is made up of many types of shadows where God puts something in motion to show us something greater to come. It was a sign to signify His real purpose, if that makes sense. And we're going to try to pull some of these things out and see if we can make them make sense. Because God has had a plan all along. And right here, we're quickly beginning to see a type. Egypt is a type of bondage or sin to the people of God. And this is one of the reasons. The people of God, the Israelites, they were not in the place that God desired for them to be. They were... God had a place for them. He desired for them to be in a land of promise. He had, when He gave Abraham that promise, He gave him an everlasting promise and an everlasting possession. And that was that little plot of ground called Israel, the land of Canaan. And you find here that the Israelites were not in the place. They were not in the land of promise. They were not in the place that God desired for them to be. And whenever a person is not in the place that God desires for them to be, they will find themselves in a place of sin. And it's only a matter of time that you remain in the place that God doesn't want you to be. You'll find yourself in a place of bondage, in a place of slavery. And that's exactly where they are at. They are in a place of bondage, in a place of slavery.